We're live.
We
What's
should
up,
be.
everybody? Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in.
Okay. Hi everyone. So thanks for tuning in to our first live session of the Bhangra Clinic. We're going to be doing sort of a few episodes to this, so obviously keep your eyes peeled. We've got some great people on the live chat today, even from across the globe, which is amazing. So I'm going to hand over to you guys just to introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about you. So Lally, if I hand over to you first.
Yeah, so what's up, guys? My name is Parmbir Lally. I've been doing Bhangra since out. So I actually started learning Bhangra. Like my first three, four moves was in 1999, and then I went to India for 4.5 years, and I started Bhangra again in 2004. And when I came back to Canada, I came back in the summer of 2005, and I started Bhangra with a team called PCBCA. So that was 2005, and just in 2015 we opened up our own academy called Abbortsford Arts Academy, and we've been just teaching, and it's been 5 years for us. So and yeah, that's my journey.
Perfect. Baji, over to you.
Yeah, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਯਾਰ ਫੋਨ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਖ ਲਾ so ਮੇਰੀ ਭੰਗੜਾ journey is a bit long one I started ਭੰਗੜਾ my mama ji started teaching me from 1989 I would say because when he was teaching me he gave me a big slap okay you're not learning so that was my start with the slap and just goes on school uh, yeah, school. The school which was I was in, the school's drummer totally was a great ustad of one of the from Punjab, Ustad Biru Ram from Sonor. He was my teacher in Pangra. Yeah, and Ustad Biru Ram passed away in 2011. He was my Pangra teacher. Then to college, Khalsa College, Patiala. I just danced 1 year over there, but I was in folk orchestra's team playing toll in folk orchestra competition. Then moved on to Punjabi University, Patiala. I danced about yeah just 2 years because you're not allowed to dance over the age of 25. So there were 2 years. Yeah, university. 2008, I danced last stage in university. So yeah, danced one live competition in UK also with Vasda Punjab here. So that's my journey, and it's going on.
And Jindy, over to yourself.
Yeah. So prior to starting like competition life, dancing competitively, I've always loved dance. It was always been my passion. I grew up in a household where my father he has a master's in classical music. So our household was always Punjabi folk dance. We listened to artists like Surinder Kaur, Noor Jahan, Ghulam Ali, Jagdeep Singh, all those artists, and then from there, I just yeah, took my passion, started dancing, and in 2009, I connected with like-minded people. Manvir Sandhu, Prableen Aurora, my coach at that time, Amrit Gariwal. So we all started our dance team in 2009, Toronto All Star Girls. And from then, I've been dancing. It's been over 10 years. And I started coaching and started choreographing 5 to 6 years ago. Started judging North American competitions. You can say 2 years ago. So that's sorry about that. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. My journey still continues, and yeah, let's see where it takes me.
Brilliant. Okay. So we've had some questions come in. Obviously, this is an opportunity for everyone to learn, share your experiences. I know I definitely want to learn. So I know that over sort of time, I formed quite good friendship with all of you. It's been really interesting getting to know everyone and getting to know your journeys. And the way we've met, obviously, through Bhangra as well, through our love for Bhangra. So what better way to get together when we're all stuck at home trying to be safe, and to kind of just educate each other, I suppose. Um, so one of the questions that came in was, what do you guys most enjoy about Bhangra? So, Lally, I'm going to come over to you. What is something that you enjoy most about Bhangra?
There's a lot of things to enjoy at Bhangra. I would say the most enjoyable moment in Bhangra is when you get to perform the 10 minutes on stage. There's no feeling like it. Like, you have good practices, you have bad practices, but when you're performing, that hype, that feeling inside of you, it's unmatched anywhere else. And another, just to kind of add a little, add some spice to it, I would say like when you're the last competing team of the night and all your opponents are sitting in the audience waiting for the award ceremony, and when you get to dance in front of your opponent.
Oh, I agree with that. I think definitely a good feeling, and I suppose it's kind of the same when you're the first as well, because everyone's sometimes watching. It's different in the UK actually, because here you're not actually allowed to see the other teams performing normally. But I know from doing obviously the competition at WBBC, everyone was sitting in the audience just watching, and it is quite nerve wracking, but at the same time it's a really good feeling as well. ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ ਸੋ ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਬਾਰੇ
ਭੰਗੜੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਇੰਜੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੈਟਸ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਫਰਮ ਦ ਫਰਸਟ ਮੂਵ whatever we do, people start enjoying that when they start learning and go beyond and go beyond. Means when Bhangra is everything. Moves, nakhre, है ना? Stage to me is a different part of enjoyment. But before that, when we are preparing for the stage, है ना? We are dancing, all the team, that all the jokes we make up, or if we go to a class and we have jokes around, that's all. The funniest thing is that the people can be ਕੀ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿ ਪਾਗਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਤਾਂ ਯਾਰ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੋ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਇਜ਼ ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ ਇੰਜੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਐਵਰੀਵੇਅਰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਜੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਜਾਣੀ ਯੂ ਵਿਲ ਫੀਲ ਦ ਇੰਜੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਇਨ ਯੋਰ ਓਨ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਹੋ
Thank you, Padi and Jindy. How about you?
I think I'm on kind of like the same vibe as what Faji was explaining. A lot of my, I would say, my connection with dance. I personally started off. It started off as just passion, but it turned into more of a soulful connection. And I like to say the same. It's not even doesn't matter if I'm it's at practice or it's on stage or it's in my kitchen or I'm like doing a routine in my room or just in my sleep. It's the same. It's the feeling throughout. It's just dancing itself. I mean, everybody has their own journey with dance and music or whatever that they aspire. And I just think that the soul connection between with this art that I have is definitely the best feeling. I've turned not only into a great like dancer, but I feel like it has shaped me as a person. So I'm gonna say, yeah, it's also with the people that you're with, you dance with. It's the connection you have with those your dance buddies and your team, and all your failures and successes, the jokes. It's pretty much yeah, the whole thing, the whole package. I love about it.
Brilliant. So in terms of Bhangra, what's been your toughest obstacle that you've had to overcome? So I'm sure we've had a fair few of these. Bhangra's not always a easy journey. So Lally, over to you.
For me personally, it took me probably 3 or 4 years just to learn how to smile on stage properly. When we were competing with PCBCA, I remember we would walk off the stage and be like, "Yo, you boys killed it! ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜ਼ੋਰ ਲਾਇਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ, clean ਸੀਗਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ, ਕੋਈ problem ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ." And then he'll say at the end, "Lally, ਜੇ ਹਾਰੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਾਰਨਾ." And it would be the most heartbreaking thing you can hear coming off the stage. But it was true. I was the front Geordie, and I didn't hold my ground, when it came to smiling. So I'm also asthmatic. I don't know if I can use that excuse, but it took me a while. It was just like I didn't have that confidence boost for a long time in Bhangra, and yeah, so smiling took me a while.
But now you can't stop, right?
Now, now it's natural. Like even if I'm thinking of a routine in my head, I'll just stand there, like shake my shoulders and then do nakara, keep moving my eyebrow. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but yeah, it's become natural now.
Okay, okay, Buddy, and you, what's been the toughest obstacle, would you say,
Yeah,
in Bangladesh?
toughest obstacle actually in my life there was nothing because my family was very supportive. My mom and dad, because my mom belonged to the Sunam where the actually Pangra came out of from, you know, when it started onto the stages. So mom was into it. Dad was also because my dad was in physical department of sports, so he was very into Pangra. Okay, it should be done. Yeah, but wider, if we say that wider, our family, you know, they have some oh no 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 in a charara kam hai ji, this is this is that. But my family didn't had walls to block everything. Okay, you go, you will do it. So that were the obstacles. Otherwise, I didn't get anything. No, always up. Yeah.
Brilliant, Buddy. And Jindy, how about you?
In like a similar situation as you, Paji. In the beginning, it
Mhm.
was okay. It was that my parents were supportive, and everybody was, liked that what I did and how I danced and how what I kind of did with dance. But there were times where they did feel like, oh, you know what, you're a girl, and girls shouldn't be dancing Bhangra. So that's definitely an obstacle as a girl in an Indian community. I would say the amalgamation of both cultures, so conforming to a Western culture here, and then and kind of having the values of Indian, of being born and raised in an Indian family. So I think even with some sort of mindsets with parents, for me it was never, I never felt like it was like a relationship where my parents were like, you know what, no, you're gonna stop or whatever. They've always been kind of supportive, but there are some times where I did have to kind of fight for, what I think that I loved and why I did it. So that was the biggest obstacle, I would say. As I grew older, they didn't really, they kind of like looked at each other and said that, hey, our daughter just really loves this. Because like I'd be that person that would wake up every Saturday and Sunday 5 a.m. and go to practice. So they looked at me like, I think she really does love this to wake up that early for something, right? Other than that, I didn't really seem like there was any other obstacle as a dancer on stage. I never really let that stigma that girls can't dance get to my head. Never really bothered me. For me, it wasn't anything about gender. I think whether a girl, boy, or a man or a woman, and you have some sort of aspirations, you should be able to go and get what you love, right?
Yeah. And
Mhm.
I think what you said was quite interesting about the fact that you persisted with it, so that proved to your parents that actually she is really passionate
Yeah,
about it,
yeah,
which is quite similar for myself, and that's something that I always tell my team as well, that you know there might be a day where your mom or dad might say nahi koi na jaruri nahi hai this that the other, but if you actually make a deal about it and say no, I have to go, I'm committed, then
hmm,
they'll actually take you serious about it,
right.
and they'll think it's not just a phase that you're going through.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so I completely agree with that. Okay, so on to the next thing. So in terms of your experiences, what's been the most memorable experience and why? Lally, let's go with you.
Uh, I would have to say I went to a competition called AVAP. It was Apna Virsa Apna Punjab in 2008. It was in Richmond, Virginia, and I was 15 years old. I went to that competition. It was like my first senior competition. It was my first my first time to get assigned. As a 15-year-old, doing all that, going on a trip with older guys, compete was a great experience. We went there, we won first place in the live category, and it wasn't even the first place that made the moment memorable. It was like we got there till love and respect that we got from the organization. And we also
Mm.
met the legend, Art Gurua, and he took care of us. He was our team liaison. and that was like my first match for Bhangra, and like that was the first time I saw that there was so much love amongst the community. So I think that was like another reason for me to fall in love with Bhangra all over. I would say that would have to be my most memorable moment.
Brilliant. That's so nice to hear. Buddy, what about you? So, what's been your most memorable experience or moment, and why?
My most memorable experience is like it was like a disaster to our team. It it was if anyone from my team, I don't think anyone from my team is listening at the moment, but my coach, the coach who used to be in Punjabi University at that time, Harman Ranvijay, he is in Canada at the moment, and he was coach in Punjabi University for 15 years. So the memorable moment is there was a competition in 2007, and it was a zone interzone, because we have zonal competitions and then interzones. So it was interzone competition. A day before, our toll player Ustad Bittu from Ludhiana was not with us because he was playing toll in Punjab Agriculture University Ludhiana. So the team had to go from Patiala to Ludhiana for a rehearsal. Yeah. So a big jeep was hired, which we sat all 14 of all eight of the team and extra boys with us, all 13 14 guys, coach, Boliyan wala singer, and everyone went to Ludhiana. Yeah. So that was fine. But the Ustad was not free over there. The competition in Ludhiana ended about late evening, and we were waiting for him. Okay, we need a rehearsal because our competition was the next day in the morning. Okay, rehearsal went okay. We did two rehearsals only because Ustad was tired at that time. So we were hungry, had food. Problem was when we were coming back, it is a 2 hours journey from Ludhiana to Patiala. 2.5, I can say. Yeah, 2 to 2.5. So in the night there was a puncture in the car. Yeah, just about 10 miles before we could reach Patiala. So there was a puncture and there was no extra tire for the car. So we had to stay there. And there was a competition in the morning. And we were on the road till 4 o'clock in morning, waiting for the car to be get fixed, and reached the university about 6 o'clock. We slept for 1 hour.
Oh.
And then we were called by our coach, come on, it's time to get ready. Chalo. Yeah, and we performed very bad in that competition. Yeah, yeah.
I thought the story was
Oh.
gonna change and it was gonna end up with the first.
Mm. So that was my memorable experience.
Thanks for that, Buddy. And what about you, Jindy?
Um, I would have to say my most memorable experience was one of our performances in 2015. It was our first live performance.
Oh,
At
why did I know you were going to say this?
Yeah, you know what? I have a great connection with every single a set routine that we've put on stage. Um, but there's something I have a little bit of a soft spot with that routine. I had I had the opportunity to choreograph, coach, and kind of you wouldn't believe, but there's two girls that danced that routine that have never danced before, and it wasn't so much about the trophy; it was about the journey. It was a year and a half long process to kind of get the set on stage. Get the girls to kind of switch, kind of tap it out of music dance form and into live, and just the whole journey was probably the most amazing, and it was a turning point as an individual in my mid 20s. I think that as I was growing as a person, my growth with dance, I think my growth had accelerated a lot more, just because the depth of what I kind of went into with this whole the experience of dancing, of choreographing, putting it together. And I think anybody else that does put things together and choreographs and dances, you can really like say that you start building a connection with the sets. Like I had it was me storytelling. It was just Bhangra in general is storytelling, but it was just a form of expression through that through that, I would say, particular set, that was probably the most memorable. And till this day, I can just feel it. Like, it was a great journey, definitely. So yeah, 2015, our live set. It was Motor City Bhangra, and yeah, it was a good time.
I can still feel it too. It was a great performance.
Yeah, I just relived it as I was talking about it. I just relived it. Trophy's right there at the corner of my room, actually.
That's amazing. Okay, so the next thing, in terms of kind of your lead up to now, is there anything that you would have done differently? So, Lally?
Yeah. So I think I personally think PCBCA we retired a little too early. I think my team was done like so. I think everybody was like 16, 17 years old when we retired. I was 18, and I know like majority of the Bhangra circuit start Bhangra when they start university. Here, Bhangra starts like when you're 5 years old, and then by the time you go to university, your parents are usually like, "Yo, Bhangra, Bhangra, start working, start going to school, get your life together," you know. So the thing, I like one of the big portions, one of the big reasons why PCBC has stopped, and I think this is my personal opinion on it, but like we took Bhangra a little too serious, where we became too competitive. Bhangra became like an aggression instead of grace and love. You know, we were a team that got a lot of second places, and we just started unappreciating the second, third places that we would get. So if
Yeah.
if we went for a 3, 4 day trip, we would let it get to us that we didn't win first place, and then we wouldn't go to after parties. We wouldn't like we would just party in our own room, just keep to ourselves, and I just think we just turned ourselves off for the whole Bhangra thing just because we became too competitive. So like my advice to like any team that's on a like good streak of play, don't make your competitions about just winning. Like yeah, be competitive, have that cockiness in you. Like I truly believe the circuit is missing that fire right now. I think like we're a little too nice with one another. We don't call each other's bad Bhangra out right now.
You
But
need to come to the UK then.
at this like there should be a time. No, like everybody in general, like everybody's just super nice right now in Bangladesh. No one calls each other out. But like it personally now, the way that I would teach my teams is like be competitive, be cocky, but only be that until you've done everything that you have to do. So like once you stepped off of the stage, there's nothing you can do to convince the judges that you deserve that first place. So right when you step off of that stage, humble yourself. Don't let the comments get you guys deserve first place, because if there's 10 teams in the competition, there's at least 8 teams that have been told by the audience and the organizers that you guys were right. And then when you're sitting at that award ceremony and you're waiting for your placing, and then you've just hype yourself up, you've let people hype you, and then you were already in that set that we're only here for that first place. And then it just becomes a negative thing if you don't get that first place. So go for that first place, but only until your performance is done, because after that ends anymore, right? So then after you
Yeah.
step off of the stage, I think like you need to remind yourself why you started Bhangra, and it should be about the love for the art, not the first places. And
Yeah.
that's one thing that I would have changed. If I can go back in time, that's one thing that I would have changed was the mindset.
Perfect. Fozzie, what about you? So, in terms of where you are now, is there anything that you would have done differently in your journey, do you think? Fozzie, you're on mute, I think.
Yeah, so, yeah. Meri Bhangra journey like a bit different, right? Because I've been always involved in live Bhangra na tolte. So even in that competitions also judges have their own opinions, like Lalipa ji ne keha te oh judges they apne opinion hunde ne. Now I'm working with English bands over here in the UK. I'm playing with them, and it's the same thing over in these bands also. The judges the apni opinion, and when the teams come, okay, then they complain. Or the complaint is everywhere, not in our Pangra. It is in the British competitions also for the English bands also. So I don't think I would have done anything else, because it depends on the judges what they are saying. But if they're giving wrong decisions, you can see straightforward, okay, our team ਨੱਚੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਵਧੀਆ, ਇਹ first ਆਉਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਹਨਾ? But I don't know what judges think. Sometimes they are just, yeah, it goes above the head. ਵੀ ਆ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਹਨਾ? Differently, ਮੈਂ ਇਹੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੂੰਗਾ ਵੀ try to teach more and more people on ਢੋਲ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਜਾਂ ਢੋਲ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖੋ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ what I can see ਵੀ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਗਾਣਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ, ਹਨਾ? ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਲਾਈਵ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਲਾਈਵ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਚੱਲਦਾ, ਹਨਾ? ਉਹ ਗਾਣਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਮਜ਼ਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਢੋਲ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ। ਢੋਲ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਖਰਾ ਨਜ਼ਾਰਾ। I have my own experience, ਮੈਂ ਢੋਲ ਵੀ ਵਜਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਜੇ ਕਿ ਰੱਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ, ਤੇ ਹਲੇ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਿਹਾ, ਸਿੱਖਦਾ ਹੀ ਰਹੂੰਗਾ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਲਾਸ ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗਾਣਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਉਹ they struggle to dance on ਢੋਲ, because I have seen they struggle to dance on ਢੋਲ rhythm, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ rhythm ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ beat ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦੀ, ਹਨਾ? So I will say, okay, this is they will dance fast. When they have to dance slow, they just give up. They can't control their body. So I would like to teach, okay, this is the moment you have to learn Bhangra. There are loads of kids, okay, I'm the coach of this team, I'm the coach of this team, hana, a university da coach, if he comes in front of me, hana, who are always dancing on music teams, but they have not danced on the ਢੋਲ. That's the problem. If I'll say, okay, dance on this beat, on this slow pace rhythm, same fast move, they will be destroyed. Ah, mar gaya, bhaji, mar gaya. Eh nahi hunda hai, I can't do slow, because they are not proving themselves. ਕੀ ਆ ਭੰਗੜਾ, ਕੀ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਚ ਦਿਖਾਉਣਾ, ਹਨਾ? ਏਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਉੱਧਰ ਭੱਜ ਗਏ, ਉੱਧਰ ਭੱਜ ਗਏ। ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਿਖਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦੇ ਨੱਚਣਾ, ਇਟਸ ਐਨ ਐਂਟਰਟੇਨਮੈਂਟ। ਢੋਲ ਤੇ ਨੱਚਣਾ ਉਹ ਭੰਗੜਾ, ਹਨਾ? ਮੈਂ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਮਸ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। I mentioned that in our Vedas 2000 years ago it was written, Geetam Vadyam Tatha Nrityam Trayam Sangeetam Uchyate, hana? If the singing is good, if the ਢੋਲ player is good, and if the dancer is good, then also we can say that's a good team. So that was my idea.
Thank you, Paji.
ਭਾਈ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਕਾ ਝੜੀ ਰਿਹਾ, ਰਾਸ਼ੀ ਆ ਸਾਰਾ ਹੁਣ ਭੱਜ ਭੱਜ ਕੇ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ।
ਉਹ ਯਾਰ ਉਹ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਹ ਭੱਜਣਾ ਭੱਜਣਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ।
ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋ I think, like, I truly believe today's circuit, we lack a lot of grace. Like, I've judged a few competitions recently, and all the transitions, every toda, it just paj toda, paj, and it's just, there's no taka, there's no grace. People have forgotten they need to even shake their mode when they do Bhangra now.
Even ki Canada is doing well in live Bhangra, UK ਵਾਲਾ ਤਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਤੋਂ ਹੁਣ। Yeah, their good competition is in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with both of you on that. It's like jara takake bhangra, you don't see it that much. I don't know. I think it was like we can say like 2008, 2009 years, that where fast bhangra was such a trend. It was such a trend to go high speed on sets and stuff like that. And I say the same thing when I get the opportunities to judge here and there. I do tell teams that I like to see fundamentals, the more day, I would like to see grace and everything, which I think is missing a lot today too. But I'm going to say, the live Bhangra teams here, just worldwide, globally, even in India, no, they're still keeping up with it, so which is great.
Yeah, definitely. So it's interesting because obviously you've all got a love for live Bhangra. Personally, I've never danced, and I've never done sort of live Bhangra, but I have got a passion for it. And that's something that we started recently. So Baji comes down sort of every 2 weekends and he does live classes for the public rather than music classes, which is nice because we get such a good turnout and people really enjoy them. It's something different, and it's something which teaches them Bhangra properly as well. And it's nice because, like Harvina said, Bhangra is life in the comments. So, which it is, clearly that's why we're all here. So in terms of kind of the next thing, what would you say to someone who's lacking confidence in Bhangra, and how would you encourage them with their Bhangra journey? So Lally.
Um, I had this problem myself. I guess that's why I couldn't smile. Maybe I didn't have 100% confidence. But honestly, like this is something that you do need to be patient with it. It's not something that comes right away. It's something that you have to put time in for. And it's practice, man. You have to practice. Confidence comes when you know that you're prepared. You're 100% prepared. Um, Other than that, it's just mindset. Like you need to like even if you're a new dancer, this is what I always tell. Like you need to think you're the best Bhangra dancer in that competition, in that lineup. Certain, and if you don't have cockiness, your nakara is just gonna be like that lulu nakara, like someone that's a pushover, and you don't want someone you're doing your tumor and you're just being all nice and stuff, and the next team comes and they do a Josh tumor and you're like, shit, like I could have done it better. So you don't ever want to watch that 4K video of yourself that's gonna be on YouTube for the rest of your life, and then just think back that you could have done better. So home, maybe just put your headphones in, just look at the mirror and just look at yourself. Do I look like a person that I would be amazed watching? But yeah, like I said, you have to be patient though. It comes with time and practice.
Buddy, what would you say in terms of confidence? How should a dancer build their confidence, would you say?
Practice makes a man perfect. है ना practice confidence ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਈ ਨਵੇਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਆ they are learning ਭੰਗੜਾ they should start learning at home bit of in their front of their families, and then like classes, if they go to the classes there's a best chances to come out from their lack of confidence, baki it depends on the person what level of their confidence is, and if they want to build up the confidence, just go out in the classes and just dance without any hesitation. Just give out your 100%, whatever you can do to learn Bhangra. That's it. Yeah, just
Yeah, Jindy, and how about you?
I'm gonna say I have two things to say. So let's say if we talk about the outside life of competition, if you are looking to become more confident in this art, I would say yes, practice is definitely something that practice, practice, practice. A legend just left us this year, Kobe Bryant, and he left us with a mentality. So it's the mentality to be the first one there and the last one out in practice, and it's kind of like submerging yourself in practice. But one thing that I would like to add to that is practice. Yes, it's said that it makes perfect, but I would like to think that practice doesn't make perfect, permanent makes perfect. So whatever you do at practice is what you will do on stage if you do enter the competition life, right? So it's important to be sure that you're improving yourself as you are practicing. For those who are kind of submerged in the competitive life, I want to remind everyone that it's at the end of the day, it's the teams that a score is a reflection of someone's opinion on that day, on that particular day. So dance is pretty much subjective. Each judge will look at a routine differently. So competition doesn't really determine your success, to determine the success you're going to have or what kind of dancer you're going to be. So that's why I like to tell people that don't let it define who you are as a dancer. Use competition as a chance to grow as both a performer and as a person. So dance because you believe in what you're doing, right? So there might be a team out there who can do more batka than you, but that team is not you, right? So no one can be you more than you. That's why it's really important to go out there and dance for what you believe in, right? And that's just one thing I kind of would like to see a lot more in people.
Yeah, that's fair enough, and that's good to hear. Completely agree with you. So then, Lally, in your opinion, what do you think the top qualities should be within a team? How do you make a team successful?
Honestly, I had a different perspective on this, but now I've been coaching a girls team, so things are a little different. So I'll tell you, we've been working on it from Tamak Bhangra of 2018, and the last like since 2018 we competed now in January 2020 at West Coast Bhangra. So it took us like a year and a half to get the team going again, starting a brand new set from scratch and getting everybody on the same page where where we think we're prepared enough to go to a competition. And let me tell you a funny story. So we talk about mindset a lot, and sometimes I don't know, like you try teaching with love, and then you try teaching, just start getting right? Like just try getting it into their head. That mindset is something that you need to in order to compete and be. And our girls' mindset did not come to the same level until I hosted a secret at my house. Okay, it was like a little PJ party. We had all the girls come over, and from I don't know what happened that night, but we were watching Bhangra videos, and then me, Manjot, and Karn, we were talking about like our PCBCA experience and like what the struggles we had to go through. And these girls were just sitting there and they just got emotional, right? Almost started crying about whatever we were talking about. And before they left, they're like, Lally, we know we're super annoying at practice. We apologize. Now we understand how much work you guys do for us. And like, I kid you not, like before that they were getting yelled at practices. And like then we had like a month left for practices before we left for California. And the practices and their mindset, something just like blew up in their minds, and their mindset just came, to where we wanted it to be. So like right now, I would say team bonding. Like that's the biggest quality that I think that our team kind of learned about, and we were able to take advantage of that. And when we went to West Coast, the girls did a good job. They got second place, and majority of them danced for the very first time. So it was good. Yeah. So team bonding for us.
Brilliant. I definitely agree with that. That's something that at Bakritor we do as well. So we haven't done a PJ party yet, but it's probably on the cards now because I'm sure the girls are going to say let's do a PJ party. But in terms of team bonding, yes, I completely agree. That's the only way you're all going to get to know each other. When you get into the studio, it's all about practice. It's all about rehearsals. Yeah, you can have a laugh and a joke here and there, but I completely agree with that, Lally. It's so important for morale. Buddy, how about you? So what do you think the top qualities should be of a team?
The top qualities of a team should be that if, let's say, there are 8 dancers or 16 dancers in a team, I'll say, okay, let's 16 dancers. I'll take a music team first. Yeah. 16 dancers, they should know each other. Even the 16th dancer should know what the first dancer does. Yeah. In a team, if they're dancing all together, they should know each other so well that they can perform well in the competition or whatever. It's a team building stuff, है ना? So ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਮੰਨ ਲਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਦੋ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਡਾਂਸਰ ਜੋੜੀਆਂ ਜੋੜੀਆਂ ਨੱਚਦੀਆਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਭੰਗੜੇ 'ਚ, ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਜੋ ਜੋੜੀ ਜੋੜੀ ਆਪਸ 'ਚ ਇੱਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਤਾਲਮੇਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, they are not together, ਹੈ ਨਾ? Then it will split up the all team. It starts from a single person to double to third person, fourth, ਐਦਾਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ 8 ਤੱਕ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ 16 ਤੱਕ ਐਦਾਂ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਟੀਮ ਬੌਂਡ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ. And after that, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵੀ rehearsals ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ all together, get together, there are always jokes, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੇ jokes, they should understand each other, ਹੈ ਨਾ? Because as I said from the beginning, 5 fingers are not equal, है ना? Everyone has got different set of minds, है ना? Some will say I am better, कोई कहेगा मेरा बढ़िया, है ना? So team building is only good when all the team members understand each other, what they want to do if they want to achieve a goal. So they have to be all together in a team bond. मेरा कहना है जी.
Thank you, Paji. And over to you, Jindy.
Yeah, I think Lally and Paji said it very beautifully, like the team bonding. In other words, I would like to say, just in translation, that's like team energy, the overall energy of the team. I'm not talking about energy in terms of nailing appropriate form, nakha, synchronization, like like traditional elements. I mean energy as in as a group of people, the energy we share as team members. And I think the team who really dances, who wins, you can say a first place team. I would say that team is the one who dances as one soul, right? So that means that you're being on the same page, dancing, nailing the appropriate form and everything. But that first place team doesn't dance to just win trophies, but to win hearts, right? And I think the ruling force here is love, and it's kind of the love you do share as a team. So the team bonding, the energy that you exchange within members, I think that's definitely the best quality to have, because on stage or show, and that's something that's not on the rubric as a judge when you are looking for something. The energy and to see how a team does operate together, it shows in your dance, and a person will be able to pick that up. A judge will be able to see, okay, this team is one soul. So the goal is to kind of work as one unit, get to know each other, team bonding, energy, and all those great things.
Brilliant. So I think we can all agree on that. So naturally, I think, I've had situations in the past where I've had people that are on the team that do have that cockiness about them, but sometimes it can go a bit too far. And I think Fadi will agree with me here that ਇੱਥੇ UK ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਪਰ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਹਨਾ. So how do you control that within your teams? So I know, Lally, obviously you said everyone should have that cocky mindset and that sort of thing, but there's a limit as well. So how do you control that within your teams?
Yeah, I would say like I said, there's like a limit to that cockiness too. Like, well, I could tell my students to get cocky. Now they better not get cocky with me, like they better know their limits. When I say cocky, I mean like cocky in a mindset that it's only related to the 8 or 10 minutes that you're gonna perform on stage, and that's it. That doesn't mean like we're at the party talking shit to other teams saying, "Oh, we're gonna beat you guys," Like, so there's a fine line of cockiness, but you can't lose that dignity or that respect and love for Bhangra. So if you notice yourself where your cockiness is becoming a negative thing, get rid of that cockiness, because you don't know how to walk that cockiness,
But yeah, how about you? I mean, like, previously, I don't know if you've had these experiences where people want to basically run before they can walk. They want to kind of get on stage, they want to compete, they want to do all of these things, but the one thing they don't want to do is practice at home. How do you overcome these things, or how do you stop people from, getting to the point where they think they're too good, maybe, and just kind of bringing them back to reality?
The people like this ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਖੂਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਲੈ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਬਣਾ it's in blood yeah seriously it's everywhere ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਲੋਕ ਐਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਨਗੇ if I have danced one stage I am the best. Okay, if someone gets dance first time on the stage, he gets a best dancer award. He would say, I am the best, I'm the coach, I have learned Bhangra is finished for me, that's the ego we have got, but they will not say, okay, I'm not still learning. I'm always in the class, ever I go, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਸਿੱਖਦਾ, ਮੈਂ ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਢੋਲ ਸਿੱਖਦਾ, ਮੈਂ ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਵੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਇਹੀ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਲਾ ਲਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਲੱਡ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਲੋਕ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ, ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੈਨੋਟ ਚੇਂਜ ਦ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਆਫ ਦ ਪੀਪਲ, ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਢ ਸਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਵਾਂ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਪਾ ਦਈਏ ਵੀ ਕਾਂਟ ਟੇਕ ਆਊਟ ਦ ਬ੍ਰੇਨਸ ਐਂਡ ਪੁੱਟ ਨਿਊ ਬ੍ਰੇਨਸ, it will be there. If they have thought that I am the better, they will always think that they are better in their mindset. So I don't have anything to say about that. They will be always like that. ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ experience ਕੀਤਾ, ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਲੈ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਰਦਾ, ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾਊਂਗਾ, ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ, ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਓ ਭਾਈ ਆਪਣਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਰੋ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਰਦਾ, ਸੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਸੈਟ ਹੈ ਚੇਂਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਚੇਂਜ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਜੇ ਅਗਲਾ ਸੁਣ ਇਫ ਹੀ ਕੈਨ ਲਿਸਨ ਇਫ ਦ ਪਰਸਨ ਕੈਨ ਲਿਸਨ ਹਨਾ ਵੀ ਓਕੇ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਫ ਕੈਨ ਲਿਸਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਭਾਈ ਤੂੰ ਆਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਆਰਟ ਆ ਹਨਾ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਲਾ ਲਈਏ ਹਨਾ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਸਿੱਖਦੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਕਰੀਏ ਵੀ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਯਾਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਇਟ ਹੈਜ਼ ਹੈਪਨ ਵਿਦ ਮੀ ਯਾਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਲਾਸ ਤੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਨਾ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਮੈਂ ਫੀਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਸਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ yeah so that's my
Thank you, Paji.
yeah
And Jindy, I know obviously when we was at Rani Adi Ronak, we had quite a few conversations about, Bhangra and sort of things that maybe we've gone through with our Bhangra experiences. And we kind of spoke about this stuff then, and we were talking about if obviously someone's not willing to learn, and I kind of took advice from yourself, what would be the best thing for me to do with those people within a team. So do you want to share like how you would go about that kind of situation?
Yeah, I think I like what Lally and Paji's were saying. Like, I personally think that leadership it kind of is a huge role on a team. So let's say if you are leading a team, and this is something that I would like to tell like all captains, that if you have the opportunity to be in that role, lead with love and lead with compassion, and it's great. Sometimes you will come across those a couple of people who are not willing to kind of they come across this cockiness attitude. I personally I know this may sound cutthroat, but there was 4 doors in my academy. I was like, you can choose anyone to leave, right? I never had if there's someone was there for a didn't feel like they were there, didn't feel like they there's something else. So they love to you can say bake cakes more than bhangra, and maybe they didn't know it, and it was just like, hey, maybe this is not for you, and that's okay, because that's just an opportunity for someone out there that is willing to do anything for that spot to come in. So it's okay to have to say goodbye to some people. It's not a bad thing. I know it's hard to kind of think that like maybe this is not working out or something, but after that, after you overcome that, you have an opportunity for someone that can come into that same spot. And yeah, there's never, for me, it wasn't hard to ever say choose a door, right? That was never hard. I think my coach too, when he was in the lab, he'd say the same thing. He'd be like, there's 4 doors open, choose each one. And then from there, I think protecting energy was always so important. These are things that definitely challenges. This is across every team. So yeah, it's all good and great, right? Like sometimes you come across those, and then sometimes yeah, you just gotta lead with love and peace.
Yeah, thank you. So in terms of kind of, this might be a bit controversial. I'm trying to think how I should word it so it doesn't come across controversial. But in terms of kind of people that maybe aren't associated to Bhangra teams and do Bhangra for, I don't know, Instagram likes, we all know some of those people. What do you think about that? So obviously I know that you've all spoken about kind of teaching Bhangra properly, live Bhangra, that sort of thing, but everyone must know someone that has kind of a commercial view on Bhangra as well and teaches Bhangra in that sense. So what are your views about that Bhangra being taught to other people? Lally?
I like I encourage people that have learned Bhangra on their own and they do it, just for social media. It's cool because we see like Bhangra by Christine. A lot of cultures are starting to pick up on Bhangra, and if Punjabis aren't spreading the love of Bhangra and teaching it to other people, then we have people from other cultures that are starting to do that now. So like you guys got Paul out there. He does Bhangra videos, and it's crazy to see that because it just shows that so many people have love for our culture. And like when I started Bhangra, my high school friends used to make fun of me for doing Bhangra, and they were Punjab. So it's right now, like now that we're seeing like everybody doing Bhangra from different walks of life, it's cool. So I encourage it. But like now at the same time, there's a level of respect for Bhangra, like for the fog, for our props, for the and the people that are doing it on social media, they might not know the aspect of love and respect for it, just like
Yeah.
how we've been taught it. So like instead of like approaching them with hate and like putting them down, I would say we need to be the educators. Like if they do something wrong, like I had experience with Finn Paul's my friend. He's awesome. Like he was gonna host that competition in UK. He invited us personally, and he was gonna take care of us. And I appreciate that call. But like even though he's my friend, like he did. There was an incident where something happened, and he collaborated with somebody, and they had a pag and Bhangra on, and they were drinking and smoking up and whatever. So, but then I just called Bitbot straight up. Like I had to be the person to hold him accountable because he's the Bhangra guy, and I can't,
Yeah.
I can't hold the artist, the other person he collaborated with, accountable because Finn Paul is supposed to be the guy that knows Bhangra, right?
Hmm.
But like if we're the professionals, it's our duty to educate the people that might be doing Bhangra for the wrong reasons, or they might be, portraying the wrong message that we don't want that message out in the Bhangra circuit, right? So that's my take on it. But Udan, like I encourage it because it's a beautiful thing to see.
And what about you, Buddy? What are your thoughts on sort of people teaching Bhangra?
ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਲੀ ਭਾਈ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹੀ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਿਟਬਾਲ ਦੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਲਾਲੀ ਭਾਈ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਚਲੋ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਈਡ ਫੇਮਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਨਾ ਗੋਰੇ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਬਟ ਗਲਤ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਗਲਤ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਇਸ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਹਨਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਆ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਵੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਚ ਆ ਹਨਾ ਹੁਣ ਚਲੋ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਚ ਦਾਰੂ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਤੁਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਦਾਰੂ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿਗਰਟ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਉਹ ਗਲਤ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਹਨਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਫੋਲੋਅਰ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਆਹ ਕੀ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਗਲਤ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੈਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਾਈਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਚੱਲ ਜਤਿੰਦਰ ਤੂੰ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਉਹ 2-3 ਗਾਣੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੈਂਡ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਟਾਈਪ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਡਾਂਸ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਹਨਾ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਨਵੇਂ ਕਲਾਕਾਰ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਹੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਉਹਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਦੇਣ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਵੀ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਜਸਟ ਇੰਸਟਾਗ੍ਰਾਮ ਲਾਈਕਸ ਲਈ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਨਾ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਦਾ ਮੈਸਅਪ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਇੱਧਰ ਭੱਜ ਗਏ ਜੀ ਉੱਧਰ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰੀ ਇੱਧਰ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰੀ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਈਵਨ ਕਿ 2 ਵੀਕਸ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਟਿਆ ਹਾਲੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਦੇ ਆਈ ਵਿਲ ਟੈਲ ਯੂ ਆਪਣੇ ਯੂਕੇ ਦੇ ਆ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਦੇ ਵਰ ਪਲੇਇੰਗ ਢੋਲ ਹਨਾ ਬੋਲੀਆਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਟ ਵਾਜ਼ ਆਲ ਰਿਕਾਰਡਡ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਡਾਂਸ ਹੈ ਹਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਢੋਲ ਤੇ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਵਾਲਾ ਟੋਟਲੀ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਹੈ ਹਨਾ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਇਟਸ ਐਂਟਰਟੇਨਮੈਂਟ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਆ ਲਾਈਕ ਫੋਕ ਇਜ਼ ਫੋਕ ਵੀ ਕੈਨੋਟ ਗੋ ਟੂਵਰਡਸ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਲਾਈਵ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਹਨਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਵ ਕਰੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟਸ ਦਿਖਾਓ ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਚ ਨੂੰ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਤੂੰ ਆ ਭਰਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਰਾ ਹਨਾ tell us how to do it everyone all the coaches are ready to teach if someone asks Anna? So they posted a video of a recorded version and doing a music bhangra on toll so I told them off for that say I just message them straight away that is wrong yeah just for the promotion they are scraping all the pure form of bhangra just for the promotion
and I think ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਲਾਲੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਬਈ ਸਾਡੀ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਐਜੂਕੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਹਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ like the appreciation we might have for a prop or wearing a pug and that sort of thing some people are not going to understand that but we need to tell them about it
ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਨਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੌਣ ਆ ਉਹ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਉਹ 2 ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੈਣੀ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਸੈਣੀ ਆ ਉਹ
ਅੱਛਾ
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਢੋਲ ਵਜਾਉਂਦਾ ਹਨਾ ਸੋ ਵਨ ਓਕੇਜਨ 올 ਟਾਈਮਸ ਹੀ ਵਾਸ ਪਲੇਇੰਗ ਢੋਲ ਮੈਂ ਜਸਟ ਕਮਿਟਡ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਜ਼ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਫੜਨਾ ਸਿੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਸਾਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹਨਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਜ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਇਆ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਢੋਲ ਫੜਿਆ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਐਂਡ ਹਿਸ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ ਕਮੈਂਟਿੰਗ ਔਨ ਮਾਈ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਮੈਸੇਜ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਪਤਾ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੱਦ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਯਾਰ, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਰੂਟੀਨ ਦੱਸ ਰਿਹਾ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਟੈਲਿੰਗ ਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ that how it should be hold. I'm not a kid. I've done masters in Indian classical music, है ना? So I have differentiation between ਵੀ ਕੀ ਸਹੀ ਆ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਜ਼ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਦੀ ਪਕੜਾਈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਵੀ how to hold it. So people don't understand. That is why I said okay, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਉਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਵੀ ਦਿਓ। ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ।
Yeah, and I think everyone needs to be open-minded. Like, you know, I've been doing Bhangra, let's say, for the last 10 years. You know, I competed sort of 10 years ago, but I'm still, even though I'm training a team, I've got a team, I'm always still, like you guys say, I'm always learning. And I think it's about keeping an open mind and admitting to that, because you're never going to be the best of the best. There's always going to be room for improvement. Jindy, what about yourself?
So, not so much of a. I mean, I really appreciate Lally and Baji's perspective too. I have never had a problem with anybody with doing whatever they're doing in love. In general, I don't think I've ever really looked. I think like getting into the competition life, my coach always used to reinforce that, hey, we're not going to look at our competition. We're not going to look at, till this point, I know there's different associations, Bhangra associations out there, and one BTF to be in particular. I've never had an account. I've never had a Bhangra account or anything. I've always been very, very consumed in just my own personal relationship with dance. And when I see other people do whatever they're doing, I have it doesn't bother me at all. Whether they don't know anything about Bhangra or they do, it's some sort of form of expression. And that's something that we can't take away from someone, right? And they have their own relationship and their own journey with it. That's great. When I am in the lab and when I am teaching, I guess that's a different conversation, how I go about, kind of the values and that we have with Bhangra. Definitely, that's definitely a different conversation. But one thing I'm gonna agree on with Lally and Baji is the disrespect. Let's say if you are kind of sending a bad message within, using the in the art of Bhangra and Gidda or whatever. I think that's something that I would probably not be appreciated. I do remember one of our competitions, our Gidda competition, we wanted to portray female infanticide. So we wanted to kind of talk about the social issue that's going on in our Indian community of kind of killing the female born child. So I think if you use the art to do better things and to talk about social issues, that's stronger. That's a stronger ripple effect we have, right? So use it properly, use it in a way where we can, as a community, grow. But yeah, you'll find those here and there, those people that take it and kind of go south with it. That's not something that's very appreciated. But I've never really had, I wouldn't say that, hey, everybody has their own different journey and their different experiences with dance. And I say that go and do you, right?
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So I'm going to ask one last question just to round it all off. So in terms of UK, Canada, across the world, what differences do you see in Bhangra? So what are the biggest differences that you see or maybe you'd like to see within UK Bhangra? So Lally, I'll go to you first.
Well, first of all, you guys only have how many competitions do you guys have in the
UK? 0 at the moment. No, that's a lie. Actually, we have a new competition every year, pretty much.
So yeah, because you guys are trying to fill that void, and because you guys don't have competitions right now. So
yeah,
you guys need to build a committee, come together, and maybe 2 teams come together and they host a competition and they can take a season off. And then the next year, 2 other teams can volunteer to work together and host a competition. Maybe just take turns like that because you guys don't have competitions out there. But again, you don't want to wait for some non-Bhangra person to host a competition because that's what happens in North America a lot. like this is something I wanted to touch up before we ended the call. Like we as Bhangra teams, we need to hold the organizers accountable. If we know that a competition is hosted by someone that has no relationship whatsoever, they're doing it strictly for business, like we need to interview those people. We need to make sure that when we're applying, that is this competition worth our time, right? Like, so that's one thing I would suggest. You guys need to build a committee where you guys need to have more competitions so you have a platform to display your art. Because you said there's a lot of cocky teams there, but you guys don't get a chance to kind of get it out there, like, and settle that. So, that like to be honest, I'm not really updated with the UK scene right now. So, like, I know you guys have teams that like well-known team out there, and you send me practice videos, Amy. So I know that you girls are improving a lot, and but like improving. But what are you guys preparing for, right? So I think for your guys' scene to kind of really take off and come to the level of Canada, the US, you have a bunch of competitions, and you guys need to
Yeah.
figure out some type of league or some type of system that works for you guys.
Mm.
Because it would be brutal if you guys fly out to North America every time just to prove yourself, right? Because it's expensive too.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, definitely. That's definitely a void that we're trying to fill. We've got a new competition that's launched this year, World Class Bhangra, which hopefully it goes ahead, not knowing the current circumstances and when everyone's going to be out of lockdown. And sorry, say that again.
Who's hosting that competition?
So they are majority of the team that have built that competition are all Bhangra dancers. So they're from the circuit, which is good. But yeah, they've put a lot of work into it. It seems like quite a smooth journey at the moment. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's hard to just only have one competition a year. So I agree with you completely. We definitely need more things in the pipeline. Baji, what about you? So what would you like to see maybe different across Bhangra in UK or Canada, America, wherever you see Bhangra?
As I see the competitions in Canada, they are far in front of us in compared to the competitions. They have two live competitions, I think, each year, which is Bhangra in Six and which was another one. Yeah, you do two live competitions and so another competitions. But what happens in the UK? There has been non-live competitions from 2016, means 3 years gap. Anna. So everyone, there's only one competition which is called the Bhangra Showdown, and which is run by the Imperial Society of London, which is already a charity thing. And only thing I cannot understand, people are running to that competition just to see the singers. They don't go to see the Bhangra teams.
Yeah.
They bring all them. I don't know why the people don't have interest in Bhangra. Only the teams will, there will be cheerleaders from the colleges and universities they are from, but especially they will go to see, okay, Gary Sandhu aaya ji utte dekhan chaliye Bhangra Showdown. Hai na? So there is not a really Bhangra competition. I've seen the competitions which are without any singer, hardly any audience over there. Just few people who come with the team, let's say 10, 20 people who come with the teams to cheer up their team. And what about, so I will say that the Bhangra is dead in the UK. And they're dancing like Pajana, 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 Pajana in that Bhangra Showdown competition, just show off, okay, saadi team ne win karna. Hai na? So according to Canada, UK ਦਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਤਾਂ ਮਰ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਈਵ ਟੀਮ ਹੈ ਵਸਦਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ, ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਤੇ ਦੈਟਸ ਇਟ। ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਆਈ ਕਾਂਟ ਡਾਂਸ ਔਨ ਢੋਲ। ਯਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ, ਭੰਗੜਾ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਢੋਲ ਤੇ ਆ। ਇਫ ਯੂ ਕਾਂਟ ਡਾਂਸ, ਟਰਾਈ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਲਾਈਵ, ਦੇਰ ਇਜ਼ ਨੋ ਲਾਈਵ, ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਦੋ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਰਲ ਰਲ ਕੇ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਦੇਰ ਇਜ਼ ਨੋ, ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਇੱਥੇ। ਯਾ ਲੋਕੀ ਬਸ ਸਿੰਗਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਣ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਗਰ ਦੇਖਣ ਜਾਣਾ ਬਸ। ਭੰਗੜਾ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਦੇਖਣ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਦੇ ਡੋਨਟ ਨੋ ਵਾਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਕਲਚਰ, ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਕੀ ਆ ਸਾਡਾ ਫੋਕ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
Yeah.
Thank you, Paddy. And Jindy, how about you?
I think from what I see, I think you guys have a good like. I would say there's. I know Paj, you was saying that it's dead, but not to say that it can't kind of come back alive. I think the teams that I've seen. I know you're a team that you're leading right now. You guys have great fundamentals. To work off of that with the competition like that Lally was talking about, maybe like yeah, starting some sort of committee is a very great idea to kind of strategically go about how you will go about your marketing strategies, right? Another thing is, I know in the UK scene, it's a little different from Canada and North America in general. Maybe kind of getting the parents also involved, because I know there's some sort of generational gap between the millennials and the baby boomers. I know a lot of parents in the UK are not as supportive as with their daughters dancing or whatever sons dancing, or spending too much time on Bhangra or Gidda. So I think it's not us against it's not a battle between generations, I always like to say, but it's a battle between us and a certain mindset that has been embedded in our heads for like hundreds of years or whatever it is. Maybe it's just about breaking that mindset and getting the parents involved, right? Getting both. Like Baji was saying, everybody just comes to see Gary Sandhu, but maybe adding some sort of spark as to there is Bhangra is something and it is beautiful. This is how it looks like, right? And that doesn't have to be on a competitive level or a competitive platform. It could also be maybe at a Mela or something that you guys have or something. Try to take advantage of any community acts or whatever like events that you guys have. Try to be a part of those and showcase the art. And then you'll see it kind of kickstart and hopefully it does turn into something bigger than it is now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are latching onto the whole showcase thing now. So I know that there's a team in London called Bhangra Dance London, and they do a lot of live Bhangra. So their coach actually does quite a lot of live Bhangra. He does showcases, and we actually did one last year for Christmas. So we hosted like a Christmas kind of party where we invited families of the dancers within the team, just to educate them about Bhangra, but also show them what the team has been doing. So, if their daughter's been going to Bhangra every weekend or whatever, this is actually what they've been practicing for and this is what they've been doing. And I would like to say that we did actually win quite a lot of people over, which was really nice. So yeah, so I think definitely I agree with you, Jindy. Like that's the way forward and that's how we're going to educate people. So just to round kind of things off then, so what is sort of something that you want to say out to the community, out to the public, to your teams, to the teams over here, just kind of one final thought, I suppose, from yourself. So Lally, I'll go over to you.
There was like two, three things that I wanted to talk about. From a dance perspective, like I said earlier, um, don't turn yourself off about competitive Bhangra just because you got a second place. Like, enjoy Bhangra, enjoy the journey. Just know that is it's a long term thing. These are memories that you're gonna look back at, and if you let the placings get to you and it wrecks your weekend, you're gonna look back at it and you're gonna regret it. So I would say like when we used to go to competitions, 2008, 2012 when we competed, like there used to be a huge like culture where like pre-parties would not end because people would just have a bowling session afterwards. We would go do the competition, we would go to the after party, everybody would get along, everybody would party get up, and the after party did not stop because everybody would come back to the hotel lobby and we would have a crazy bully session, police would bring their toll out, and we would stay in the hotel lobby until we got kicked out. Okay? And then it would move on to the rooms, everybody would be sent back to their rooms, and one person from one team would sacrifice their hotel room. They would be like, yo, if we get kicked out, it's all good because we have 4 other rooms. Everybody come to my room, let's have a bowling session there, right? And like, so focus on the fun. Once you step off the stage, there's nothing you can do. So you've done everything you've worked so hard for, and now it's time to just have a good time. So have a good time and make your experience positive. Don't let places get to you. Now, that was as a dancer. As a coach, this is what I'm seeing recently now. because maybe I'm a coach that's been paying a little bit more attention to this, your team is going to react the same way that you react as a coach. So I'll give you a story. When we were at West Coast Bhangra, we came second place, and it was our first competition for the majority of the girls. So they don't really know how they should react. So they even turned back to me after the third place was announced. One of the girls turned around and said, "Lally, if we get second place, are we supposed to be happy?" Right? So like that kind of it kind of hit me at that moment, and it made me realize like if I was stood there with my arms crossed and I wasn't happy about that second place, the girls' whole weekend would have got messed up just right there.
Yeah.
So like you gotta remind them that yo, like there's 10 teams. Even if you get second place, you beat 8 other teams there, right? And so it's just like I suggest to all the coaches like if you have a problem with judging meeting afterwards. Don't get aggressive. Don't fight with the competition people, especially at junior competitions. Like we have kids that start from that at the age like 5, 6. So if you wreck their experience from a young age, they're gonna grow up to hate Bhangra. They're gonna talk back about Bhangra like it was a negative thing in their life. So like that's a huge thing for us. And as a committee or as a Bhangra community, I was saying, don't we gotta stop letting non-Bhangra competition because they don't know what's good for the teams. They don't know how to choose judges because they don't know any qualifications for judges. So then we have bad judges, then we have bad placings that ends up in fights. So it's just a snowball effect. So yeah, those were my 3 4 points. Other than that, Canada is great. I wouldn't say England is done. I think it's a wake up call for England. And I truly believe England and Australia are still new in their circuit. So you guys are still figuring out your guys' flow. But man, if any team needs any help, any suggestions, like send me practice videos. I'm always willing to help. If you guys ever come to Canada, hit me up. Our home is your home. Amy, you've been here, so. And I also want to say, like big props to you, Amy, because in Bangladesh, people that already established in Bangladesh, they have this ego that they can't learn from anybody anymore. They know it all. You actually left your country comfort zone. You flew out to Canada and you went to the U.S. and you reached out to people. So big props to you, man, because you're willing to learn. So like for all of the pre-tour girls, you guys are the best coach you guys can get because a lot of people aren't willing to do what Amy's done. So good job.
Thank you. That's really nice of you. Thanks, Lally. I really appreciate that. Buddy, how about you? So, in terms of kind of your final thoughts, what is a message that you want to share with everyone? What would you want to say to everyone?
Final message यही है कि learn Bhangra at its original side, है ना? Don't try to do means yeah. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ if you want to do something different, call it a dance. It's not Bhangra. You can call it interpretive dance, है ना? Creativity. But don't call it ਭੰਗੜਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਫਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਜੇ ਕੁਝ ਪਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ is not that, ਹੈ ਨਾ? I didn't ਮੈਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਜਦੋਂ last 4-5 years I have started watching okay ਆ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ so that is big suggestion for everyone who is making their insta videos live ਜੋ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਹਨਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਲਾਸਿਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ try to do the original thing ਹਨਾ original ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਓ don't throw it away if you are throwing it away today ਹਨਾ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਵਾਕ 10-15 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ what they would do ਉਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹੀ off the track ਲੈ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਨੂੰ there will be no place of ਭੰਗੜਾ in the UK or these countries what they are doing now ਹਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ thing like judges I have seen competitions there are competitions in the UK and the organizers will be asking the teams so which judges you want I have never seen that in my life. I have come from India. I have done so many competitions also there. Judges, okay, the day on we used to find out, okay, he's the judge today. Why should ask the dancers, okay, what judge you want? Yeah? Why should we ask the dancers if they're going to dance, show their best? Are they scared
You guys do that in the
they're
UK.
scared to dance in front of the best judges? That's the problem in the UK Bhangra scene. The organizers are asking the teams what judges. Okay, this is the list of the judges. Okay, pick up your favorite ones. Anna, there will be arguments. No, we don't want that judges. He's cute. No, don't. We don't want that judges. ਉਹਦੀਆਂ ਮੁੱਛਾਂ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਹਨਾ? Is that the thing? I mean, yeah, judges ਦੀ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ judges should be chosen by the organizing committee and the organizing committee should be well known should have well knowledge about Bhangra, hana? They should
Right.
yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Paji.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paji. And over to you, Jindy. So, what are your kind of final thoughts and things that you want to say to everyone who's kind of listening in?
Just want to leave everyone with I think Lally and Paji kind of had great perspectives, ending off with dance because you believe in what you're doing, and it's all at the end of the day the relationship that you have with the art. I would say that it's not about if you are submerged in the competitive scene or whatever. Sometimes it's not really it's not about the trophy. You'll find that the trophy will follow you if if you kind of just let yourself go within the art. It's beautiful, and just continue with the love for it. I think as a community we've grown so much, Bhangra in general. I'm gonna add Gidda in this too, just because I have a very soft spot for both arts. I'm gonna say Bhangra and Gidda are at one point it was something, and now it's worldwide. So it's something to be proud of, and I just want to say, yeah, keep up what you're doing, and I love that we're all connected. I would have never known Baji you from UK, Ami you, Lally you from it's great to kind of have these connections, and this is what Bhangra has given us, right? So thanks to all of you, and thank you, Ami, for reaching out, and peace from Canada.
Thanks everyone for taking your time out and joining in. It's nice to see that we can all still get together even though we've all got different time zones. But I suppose it just shows that Bhangra obviously unites everyone in some way. So thank you everyone for joining in. We will be doing sort of like a few episodes to this, so it will be a continuing thing. And thank you for making the first one. It's just something different that I thought of doing whilst we're all stuck at home, trying to be safe. But yeah, so thank you for joining in, and thank you for spreading your knowledge and giving us the insight into your experiences. It's been really amazing, and like I said, I can't wait to kind of continue having talks with yourselves and others to expand not only my Bhangra knowledge but knowledge of other people as well. So thank you again, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you, Lally Paji.
Africa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
you guys for life. Woo!
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.